listening to Afternoons with Moyd and Loretta.
Wildlife campaigner Bob Irwin has made a rare public appeal calling for an end to the killing of dugongs and turtles by Aborigines. He joins us now. Hi, Bob.
Yeah, hi there.
Now, I guess you won't be too popular among the Aborigines with this call, but why is it necessary?
Well, what we're actually calling for is a stop to the hunting of all endangered and vulnerable species of native wildlife. That's what we're calling for. And if that hunting continues, there is a real risk that these animals could become extinct.
Now, Bob, can you just tell us that the dugong's in real trouble here, isn't it?
Oh, well, they are. And dugongs are in trouble all around the world. In fact, many countries now we see where dugongs are extinct. And that's something that I don't want to happen to our beautiful country.
And you talked about dugongs and turtles. What other animals?
Oh, well, you know, there's probably about 50 on the list of animals that are listed as endangered or vulnerable. Mm-hmm. And you know, they would include cassowaries, crocodiles, echidnas, and things like that. You know, however, you know, I think what we really need is we actually need a politician to understand that our environment is so important to our own survival, and secondly, a politician with the guts and determination to make a decision just for our country and our children, not for money.
Do you fear a backlash from the Aboriginal communities out there that have been doing this traditionally for years, and in fact they do all this killing of these animals under the guise of traditional hunting practices, which may or may not be the fact?
Well, you know, that's what Colin and I have found over the last number of years that we've been working on this, that many of the practices that are actually taking place in North Queensland particularly aren't as they should be. And the numbers of animals that are being taken are of real concern. And the other thing we have to look at as well is whether these animals are being taken in a humane manner or not.
Now, does the government have the power to change it? They'd have to change the Native Title Act, wouldn't they?
Yeah, but we've already been able to change the Native Title Act to include Indigenous people in the cruelty laws. And let's face it, this Native Title Act is over 20 years old. And we've had lots of animals being added onto that endangered list in that 20 years. Now, does anybody have the right to cause the extinction of an animal? I don't think so.
Just how endangered are? Look, just tell us in timelines. Dugongs and turtles. If we keep continuing to practice as we are now, how long until we really do face extinction with these creatures? Well,
all the scientific research that's been put out by the UN states that if we continue around the world with present practices, dugongs will be extinct within 40 years.
That's terrible.
And there's also a black market on dugong and turtle meat, isn't there? And that's another problem.
Yes, there is. And this is the problem. Our government don't have the guts to actually get out there and do their job. And you know, there is a time when we have to draw a line in the sand and just say enough is enough.
Are you suspicious at all, Bob, that some of these slaughters are taking place for commercial purposes?
Oh, of course they are. Of course they are. They have been happening for ages.
So where are you at now with it, with these calls? Have you got any help from the government at all?
Well, do we have a politician with
with the description you gave before? Yes, perhaps not.
You know, that's a problem. However, this time, you know, Colin and I have been working on this for 3 years. It's been a long 3 years. But this time, we have around about 20 environmental conservation groups all around Australia. The major groups are in support of our call because they are ordinary Australians like you and I, and they are concerned about our children's future, as am I. Mm-hmm. And every child has the right to be able to see these animals in the wild.
Well, Bob,
Absolutely.
yeah, we hope you can get support for this and the Aussies can get behind you. Thanks so much for joining us, Bob.
And good luck.
Thank you very much.
He's a good man. It's coming up 3-1. Brisbane's News Talk 4BC.
And tonight on ABC, there is on Australian Story, there's a story about a heartwarming story. 3 Aussies rescuing a starving baby elephant in the remote Sumatran forests. And the 3 Aussies actually worked at Steve Irwin's Australia Zoo. So it's a lovely story.